We hadn't been back to Europe since the pandemic, and we love visiting European Christmas markets. So we were looking forward to getting back. But this year, due to having to get tested in every country, we would finally get back to Europe, but just stay in France. So the plan was to fly to Paris, then go to Strasbourg for a few days, and then back to Paris and spend a few days in Paris. I was excited about this because in the past, we would always spend just a day or two in Paris, but to get to spend 4 days was gonna be fun, and I was definitely missing Paris. After spending several days in Strasbourg, we took the TGV train back to Paris. We were staying at the Novotel, right in front of Les Halles. To me, the perfect location, because it offers easy walking or trains in Les Halles or Chatelet, which are right at your fingertips. Plus, you are right in the heart of great shopping and restaurants. Once checked in, it was dinner time, and we knew what our first stop would be, because it was our favorite stop in the evening for Christmas, which was the Tuileries Garden Christmas Market. The Tuileries Christmas Market is always a must, especially in the evening when it is all lit up. There you'll find fun for the whole family, from amazing food to great gifts to fun amusement park type rides that everyone will enjoy. And for me, I was hungry and excited to eat. The next day, we were off to another favorite Christmas market, the La Défense Market. So we took the Metro train line 1 from Chatelet straight to La Défense. It was several stops, but about a 10 to 15 minute ride. The Metro in Paris is super efficient. And one thing to know about the 1 line is that it is self-operated. So just a quick note, if ever the Paris trains are on strike, the 1 line will always be working. Just super crowded. When you arrive at La Défense Grand Arch stop, you'll arrive below a shopping mall area. You'll have to make your way up and head outside to find the market. The market is one of my favorites, and generally the biggest Christmas market in Paris as far as stalls go. It's a great place for shopping, but also eating. This market goes all out when it comes to eating. The center lane of the market is nothing but sit-down restaurants of every style of cuisine. It's not as kid-friendly as the Tuileries market, but this is a market that you should definitely show up hungry to. From there, we headed back to our hotel because Manny had to do some work, so it was perfect time for me to head out and do some shopping and some exploring on my own. I walked over to my favorite stores in Le Marais and then headed over the bridge of the Seine to where Notre Dame is to check out that market and see if it was still the same from previous years. The iconic cathedral may still be under construction since the fire, but it's still a must to look at, and across the street you'll find a quaint little Christmas market with an amazing view of the iconic structure. If you continue your walk down the Seine to Saint-Michel, you'll find some other Christmas market stalls over there as well. From there, I jumped on the metro and headed up the Seine to Saint-Germain. In this well-known neighborhood, you'll find a small Christmas market on the Boulevard Saint-Germain, right in front of the oldest church in Paris, as well as displays of Christmas lights. From there, I headed back to the hotel to meet up with Manny. We weren't starving for dinner yet, so we jumped back on the metro and headed to the Haussmann area to check out some department store storefronts. Coming up from the metro, we were greeted by one of my favorite places in Paris, the Palais Garnier. I'll do another video on this iconic opera house, because it is one of my absolute favorite places in Paris. When you circle around the back of the Palais Garnier, you are greeted by the Boulevard Haussmann's department stores, GaleriesLafayette and Printemps, and an electric energy of Christmas lights. Luckily, these two are right across the street from one another. Both GaleriesLafayette and Printemps love to go all out for Christmas. While Printemps has some great themed storefronts and some matching themed decorations inside the department store, GaleriesLafayette, in my opinion, is the best Christmas display in all of Paris. Yes, GaleriesLafayette has some amazing themed storefronts to definitely check out, especially at nighttime, but inside, the department store takes the theme to another level. And we decided that we would save that part for another day and just enjoy the outside lights for the evening. When we were finally ready for dinner, we headed over to the Montergueil District, which is this amazing district right next to our hotel. We ate at l'Escargot Montorgueil, and I had the escargot, of course, and the duck, which was amazing. I'll list the website in the description. The next day, we were off to visit the Eiffel Tower, because of course, no matter how many times you've been there, you have to visit Paris's most iconic structure. And we thought we were gonna also be visiting a Christmas market there, which we had been to in previous years, but this year, although it was listed, it wasn't there. So instead, we just took a second to enjoy the view. After that, we headed back over to Haussmann to go inside the iconic Galeries Lafayette. The Galeries Lafayette hangs a giant Christmas tree in the Great Hall of the store that can be seen at every level of the store. It is nothing short of magnificent. Make sure that you also check out the 8th floor rooftop terrace of the department store. Not only is it an amazing view of Paris, but you can grab something to eat and drink up there. After seeing the Christmas display, we headed over to the Galeries Lafayette Gourmet. And all I can say is this place is just overwhelming. This store is just floors and floors of the best Parisian foods that one could find. We then headed off to visit somewhere that we'd never been before, Bercy Village. Bercy Village is a quaint little outdoor shopping village that is perfect for an evening stroll. The path is lined with umbrellas overhead and beautiful white lights. At the end, you'll find a giant Christmas tree in front of the cinema, and it's a great place to sit outside thanks to the heat lamps and enjoy some dinner. From there, we headed over to Place Vendôme. Place Vendôme is home to the most expensive and exclusive French design and jewelry houses. It's also home to the Ritz-Carlton. At Place Vendôme and the surrounding streets, you will find beautifully decorated streets with a romantic feel of elegant white lights, a giant Christmas tree, and just a place for a nice romantic Christmas stroll. For our last day in Paris, we left one of the final places we were going to visit for a day where hopefully we'd catch some sun. And that was heading up the hill to Montmartre and near the Sacre. We had previously been inside and up to the top of the Sacre, so we didn't need to go in, but it's always such a beautiful sight to see. Montmartre is just such an amazing place to stroll. Its historic cobblestone streets lead you down the path to cafes, bars, cabarets, and the historic Place du Tour, a square known historically for its artists, where still today you can get your portrait done or just take in all the amazing artists at work. I love to just stroll these streets and just take it all in. It always makes me feel like I've gone back in time a century. And I love knowing that I'm walking down the same paths that some of my favorite writers and artists also once walked down. Once at the bottom of the hill, we took an Uber to go and explore some of the historic covered passages. The covered passages were built in the 18th and 19th centuries. The Galerie Vivienne is one of the most famous. These vintage galleries are perfect to check out their beautiful Christmas displays, do a bit of boutique shopping, as well as check out their beautiful Christmas lights. And then, last but not least, we had to take a walk down the Champs-Élysées. Of course, this famous street can't be missed. Decorated all the way down the street in red lights, from the Arc de Triomphe to Place de la Concorde. This street is full of amazing storefronts, great shopping, and restaurants to eat, relax, and just take it all in. This was the end of a really great trip. It was so nice to be back in Europe, especially Paris. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. If you're interested in seeing more about our December France visit in 2021, then definitely check out my HollyCaputoWanderlust channel. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.